There we go. Hey everybody, it's Heidi Hope and it's FAQ Friday. So it's so good to see everybody again. Thanks for joining me today. We had some awesome questions this week. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get online here. I'm starting a little bit late too, so we'll let everybody get their notifications. So if any of you are new to Periscope, you can comment right at the bottom of your screen, and you can also give me hearts. See all those little hearts floating up? I like those. They make me happy. It's sort of like a like, I guess. I don't know. But they sure are pretty, so I'd love to see them. So you can just tap the bottom of your screen. I think it's the opposite side, actually, from what you guys are seeing, from what I see. So you can just tap the bottom of your screen and do hearts throughout the broadcast, and you can comment below. So for FAQ Friday, I take a call for questions over on Instagram. My Instagram handle's the same. It's at Heidi_Hope. And you can leave your questions there when I do them. Hopefully when I come back to work full time. I'm only coming back part-time right now. Hopefully when I'm back full time, I'll be doing this on a weekly basis. But until then, you just kind of have to follow along sporadically, or you can sign up for our newsletter for photographers. And that you can find all of the sign up boxes for that over on photographerrising.com. So if you head on over there, see the sign up box, and I will always send a newsletter out, or at least try to, before I Periscope too. So that's a good way to keep in touch as well. All right, so it looks like we have a lot of viewers. Hi to everybody joining from all over the place here. I love to see where you're all from. It's so fun to see how many different people and places you can connect with through Periscope. That's what's, I think, a lot more fun. I used to do this over on Google Plus for a couple years, but Google Plus didn't have this type of live interaction that I love seeing. So Chicago, UK, DC, Indiana, Miami, Newport, you're close by. You could just come over and talk to me. Jersey, Palm Beach, Virginia, Brazil, so cool. This is awesome. Look at all these places. This is so great. Hi. So somebody actually the other day from Japan just signed up for our online workshop, so that is super cool. The online workshop, you can find that info over on photographerrising.com. Registration ends December 31st. It's a full week workshop. It's insane. It's pretty much my entire business model from start to finish. You can read all the reviews or ask some people who took it last year. But it's building a business from the ground up. And even if you've been in business for 15, 20 years, you can still use it to restructure your business, set new goals, you know, make new sales targets. So it really just helps you examine. It's something you could do every single year. And when you sign up for it, you can join us every year. So it's like a good habit to get into of examining your business during slow season. So this next one's coming up in March. You can find the info over on Photographer Rising. But today we have lots of questions to get to, and I'm doing a little giveaway too with my friends from Devoted Knits. And I wonder, Karina, if you're watching this, can you bring that headband in here, because I totally forgot it in the other room. If not, maybe Caroline. I'll have you go out in a couple minutes if Karina doesn't see this. But I've got a little headband from Devoted Knits. It's super cute, little rustic headband that we're going to be giving away. I'm actually going to throw this scope to her at the end of the broadcast, and she's going to just pick somebody from the comment section and give away the headband, and we'll mail that off to you guys too. So we'll be ending with that. But for now, let's get to our questions this week. So, okay, let's see. I'm just going to kind of pick some at random here. Okay, this one says, hi Heidi, how do you get your buttery baby and English rose skin tones? They are stunning. Also, I can't find you on Periscope. Oh, bummer. You're probably not watching this right now. But Amanda, I'm going to also post these on YouTube. So I have a couple of old FAQs stored up from Periscope using the Catch app. So I'll be able to get these onto YouTube for you guys too, so that you can see them after the broadcast. So as far as skin tones are concerned, this is one of the biggest questions we get. Like, this is definitely a good FAQ. A lot of it is, there's a lot of things involved with skin tones. First, it's proper exposure. So making sure you nail the exposure as close as possible. We also shoot in camera raw. So if we do need to make any adjustments to exposure, or we want to fill light a little bit, or we want to color balance, we do all of those edits in camera raw. So if you use Adobe Camera Raw to edit, which you can, or you can also use Lightroom. So if you're a Lightroom user, it's the same thing applies. I just use Camera Raw to do it. So basically you're getting everything as close as you can in camera so that you don't have to mess around with it. Once you start messing around too much, that's when things get like icky. And they might get kind of muddy, skin tones are just not bright and light. A lot of it is also the lighting. So we use all natural light, and it's, you know, making sure that the subject is well lit. And then, you know, your ISO, things like that are going to also substantially affect a photo. But I will say, because we're natural light, we use high ISOs a lot, but the quality of our camera and our image sensor is very good, but we're also nailing the exposure. So when we do go to those high ISOs, we don't have to mess with it a lot. And that is what really brings out the grain or the digital noise when you're in the editing process. But if you don't have to do a lot to the image afterwards, then it's going to stay nice and clean and clear for you. Another thing is white balance. So in our studio is all white, and we did that on purpose because that white light bouncing into our subject, that's like our style of processing. We like things light and airy and creamy looking like that. So lighter colors really yield to that. There's not a lot of color casts. And even you can even see it on the lighting. This is a cell phone camera, but the lighting on my face is like really clean from this window light. So a lot of it is, if I turn this way, like look at how mucky my skin tones get just by turning around, and then I turn back to the light and it's all really illuminated. And so we're now, when we're using a nice professional camera, imagine what you can get out of that. So great question, Amanda. Thank you. Okay, this one is Oksana Alex Photography, it looks like, from Instagram. Do you calibrate your computer screen, and who do you use for printing albums, canvases, and prints? I calibrate my screen every 4 weeks, but my prints come back off. Any advice? I have an iMac Pro and I used Adorama for prints. Well, first, our lab, who we absolutely love, is WHCC, White House Custom Color. They're fantastic. I've actually used them since my very beginning of this business, so I don't know, when did I start? 2008-ish. And the way I found them was because my wedding photographer used them. And I was like I really was just a mom with a camera, stay-at-home mom. So I didn't know what I was getting into business-wise. But I knew they were a good lab, so I started with them. And honestly, they have been so good over the years. So we have just stuck with them because, especially in the beginning when I didn't know what I was doing so much with post-processing, I would have print issues, and they were just so helpful. So I could call them and be like, oh, I got this print back and it looks really orange. And they would say, well, let's like open up your computer. Let's look at these settings. They were had such great customer service. So we've stayed with them, and they never made me feel silly or amateur when I had questions for them for getting everything perfect. So they were fantastic. That's White House Custom Color. And then calibration, we actually don't. I know. I'm not a techie at all. Like, I'm so not technical. I can't believe I use digital products. Like, I can't believe I figured out how to use Periscope for this broadcast. I'm so much more like, I just eyeball things. I eyeball color, and we've used our lab for so long, and we really don't have any printing problems. So we just never, why mess with a good thing, right? So that's why we've never calibrated, but we do kind of buy, like we just bought a whole new round of computers. So everybody in the studio, our computers are all bought at the same time and are on the same platform and everything. So maybe that helps. But honestly, I think one other thing is we don't use a lot of actions anymore. So we use some creatively here and there, but we're so consistent with the way that we process. And when we do use actions, we use the same actions over and over. So we're not doing a lot of experimentation on the editing front. And I think that helps with the consistency of our printing. Also, the majority of our editing is done in either Lightroom or Camera Raw. So we're just not messing with it too much afterwards, because I notice if I do a little bit more post-processing with Photoshop and I'm playing around with vignettes and painting things out and a lot of actions, then I start to get that banding starts to happen in the photo. So the cleaner the processing, the better for our prints, especially because we're exposing so high. We're almost overexposed a little bit. We process really light and bright, so it's very easy for that banding to happen if you mess with it too much, or if you start putting a lot of colors or finishes on it. So that is my advice for that. No, we do not calibrate here, but I'm not against it. I think it's fantastic. And if you are having printing problems, that's one way that maybe it could help. But we just don't do it. So do as I say, not as I do. I always say that, right? I don't really follow any rules. Okay. I think a lot of professionals probably cringe when I give some of these answers, but it's the truth. All right. Let's see. Let's do... Okay. Oh, I got another hair question. Thank you. I love you all for complimenting my hair. I don't do anything special to it. Like, I use Head & Shoulders shampoo and I let it air dry and I use a curling iron. But I have like great 80s, like really coarse, thick hair, so it just holds a curl. So there's the secret there. Okay, and Katie asks, this is going to be our last question for the day, and then I'm going to throw it over to Devoted Knits. So if you aren't following Devoted Knits yet, you can look through the people, I think she's here watching this broadcast, so you can check out her handle, follow her, and then we'll do the give. I'm going to throw it to her after this broadcast, and then she's going to pick one of your comments to do the giveaway for the headband, and we will mail it from HHP over there. I just got so many new goodies from her. I'm so excited. Our 2016 workshops, we have so much good stuff to use. I'm so excited for everybody to get in here and to cuddle all the newborn babies in 2016. Okay, Katie, your question. For IPS, in-person sales, how do you get your clients excited about your collections when all they want is digital negatives? Well, first, we get them excited about our products before they even book with us. So we're not leaving it to the IPS session at all. It's a real process. From the time somebody inquires, we let them know we are not, we do not just throw digitals on a disc. Part of the service that we provide, because I am that mom that would hire a photographer, get all the digitals, because I can print them myself, right? I have access to all these amazing labs, professional labs. I know how to do everything on the computer. I could edit them myself if I wanted to, right? But I would order them and they would sit on the disc because I'm too freaking busy with the rest of my life and my kids and everything I'm juggling. And I think our clients, the people that hire our studio, are the same way. They will pay for somebody to do it for them because they know that they're not going to print it out and they're not going to get that album. They're not going to have it hung on the wall. They don't want to spend the time online trying to design their own birth announcements and driving themselves crazy. So we get them excited from the very first phone call because we're talking to them about, like, here are the services we provide. This is our product list. These are some of the collections that are the most popular. And we do sell digitals, so they can have those digital files too, but we take it a step above and beyond. That's a benefit to them. So we get them excited from the beginning. When I plan their session with them, we're talking about what they're going to do with the images, because that determines how I shoot the session. I'm going to shoot something differently for an album person than for somebody who just wants one big image blown up over their fireplace. And then, and then Sean goes through, in the in-person sales, he does the in-person sales. My husband, Sean, for those of you who don't know us that well, my husband, Sean, does all the in-person sales, and he shows them all the products so they can touch it and feel it and see how high quality it is. And so the products really sell themselves through that process because, we're not pushing something people don't want. They either want it or they don't. We just kind of show them all their options, and they oftentimes leave with the digitals as well, but they get that extra little level of service and something that's tangible, an heirloom, that they don't have to worry about doing it all on their own. All right, awesome question. Thank you so much, Katie. Okay, thank you everybody for joining me today for FAQ Friday. Don't forget to go over and visit photographerrising.com if you want to sign up for the newsletter or register for our workshops before they end in December. The registration closes December 31st, 2016. I am going to throw it over to Devoted Knits. Oh, did you bring the headband? Oh, sorry, let me show you the headband because I have it here. She doesn't have it there. Ooh. Oh, it's this cute little rustic headband from Devoted Knits. So I'm going to throw it to her. You guys can just comment. Once she starts her broadcast, she'll ask you to comment, and she's just going to pick one of your names, and I'm going to mail it to you. So you just have to send me an email at heidi@heidihope.com with your address, and I will send you that headband. Awesome. Have a great day, everybody. Happy weekend, and we'll be back soon.